the decision of Sean McDermott to go for it.
I'm good with that.
I am absolutely good with that.
Yeah.
I'm going to be consistent. I told this audience and looked at you, TJ Jefferson, and said the Dallas Cowboys could have won that game in New England much sooner and easier if they had gone for that 1 yard on 4th and 1 rather than send Zuerlein out from 51 yards away with 2 and change to go. Go for it. Go for it. And a part of that is not only McDermott maybe looking at down and distance here. I don't know if he does have his head out of the game to look over the steering wheel. There's nobody coming close to the Bills in the AFC East. That division is as one as it possibly can be through 6 weeks of the longest regular season ever created in the history of the NFL of any team that could be, 2 in front of one team.
Really?
You think the AFC East is still up for grabs? I mean, that may be your Patriot love, but there's no way that the Patriots are going to be.
The Pats are 2 plays from 4-2. I mean, I don't know what the.
But you are what you are, and you're 2-4.
I get it.
I'll take that. You want to take it right now with me and you, right now, in front of God and country?
You're going to give me 2 games?
There'll be 2 games. The Bills will be more than 2 games better than New England the rest of the way.
Oh, I'll take that.
Great. So mark it down.
Let me write that down. Patriots are making the playoffs.
Mark it down.
Card.
Mark it down. Great. Sounds good. I'll take it.
A fumble on a 3rd and 25.
I know what
being 4-2.
I know it, but
now.
you are what you are. You think the Patriots can win this division? You literally want to go down this road right now.
The Bills can't stop anyone now. They got 2 shutouts against 2 bad teams. They played a good team and gave up 34.
You're talking in specifics and also in generalities that I will buy.
Okay.
I will buy. I will take that.
Done. Energy drink.
I'm just, honestly, if I'm sitting there and seeing Sean McDermott making this move, it's like, okay, I got this division 2 games up if I don't work it right here. And on top of it, he's going to get his locker room believing in the fact that he believes in them. Plus, you got the Mandalorian. You figure you're going to get a couple of inches. But it's the latest example of what Tom Brady does that we don't also appreciate. Because every sneak he does works. Yeah. This one didn't. Seemed to slip.
His foot
couldn't
slipped,
get that. Couldn't get that inch. Next Gen Stats backs up the play, by the way, too. The conversion percentage of that sneak, and their estimation, was 75%. So I guess the 1 out of every 4 is what occurred last night, but they didn't convert it. If they get it and go for it and get it, their win probability is 63%. Just settling for the field goal, it's 42%. That's a 21.3 better percentage chance of winning by going for it at that spot. And then also, this is what Sean McDermott said after the game, which is what I think will resonate in that Bills locker room. Go for it.
Most quarterback sneaks are there's a feel or a read element involved, Tim, and Josh is usually spot on with those. You've seen him have a lot of success in those situations, and so again, give them the credit. They made the play when they had to make one, and felt, hey, if we're that far from potentially winning the game right there was the best thing we could do. We hadn't stopped them on defense for a number of drives there in the second half, really. So, but again, felt like we could go and win the game right there. At the end of the day, I trust them, and I'll trust them again if we're in that situation again. So, I'll take Josh Allen, as you said, Sal, 10 times out of 10. So give them the credit. They made the play they had to make when the game was on the line.
Yep. So I think that's sound reasoning and makes total sense, and I think the locker room loves it, and they went for it. And one other aspect about that play, I believe we're seeing once again the Hawkeye instant replay system that's being used. What do I mean by that? Is that we don't know when it's being used. A lot of Bills fans were upset about the spot of the ball that led to that 4th and inches because there was no review. They didn't stop the game to review it. I saw a few tweets about that.
I thought that was a good spot.
It was the perfect spot. It was an excellent spot.
Yeah.
The initial spot, which is why it upsets Bills fans, the referee on the side stood right at the first down mark, and it seemed like they were about to spot the ball for a first down, and then they announced the ruling on the field is that the spot was short of the first down marker, and a lot of people are like, what a terrible spot. Let's stop to review it. Guess what the league did, in my estimation, based on what I'm seeing now? They absolutely got in the ear of the official.
Like, hey, it's a half yard short.
Especially after what just happened on Sunday Night Football, where the game was stopped to take a look at a play with mere seconds to go in regulation, and the Steelers went totally crazy about that because what it ended up doing is it allowed Seattle the time to get their field goal unit completely set, as opposed to having a potential fire drill to run them out there after a spiked clock, run it out there while the play clock is ticking down, and that's the circumstances under which they had to kick an overtime forcing field goal that I think the league is now getting used to. This is my guess. I don't know this for sure, that somebody, as soon as that play occurred, scrubbed it back on whatever DVR that they had to see where that exact elbow came down and where the ball was, because they placed that right, GPS'd it right where that was.
It was perfect.
It was perfect. But the initial spot did not appear to be. It strikes me that we're seeing the league in the final 2 minutes, where they control all replays, instead of buzzing down after to stop the game and take a look at it, they did it in the interim. And they spotted it properly. Unfortunately, the Bills didn't get it. So they went for it, thought it was a good, aggressive maneuver on Sean McDermott's part. Didn't work out. I think the Bills are going to be just fine, just like me. 2 big wins. 2 big wins for me. One, the diminisher, when I gave the nickname idea to Derrick Henry, and he said, not only I love it, but here's the thing, I've got to back it up. And then he puts up 3 touchdowns last night for $143 as well.
He backed that thing up like Juvenile.
He sure did. Big win for me there. And another big win in discussing it on this show. All I got to have is the Patriots have to be 2 games better than the Bills the rest of the way. And I get a sports drink from that guy across the way. Fantastic. I'm all in on that.
A sports drink?
I would rather take the team that's 4-2 with the MVP candidate at quarterback than if we didn't do this and we didn't do that, we'd be better. We'd have the same record if this and that didn't happen. I'd rather have the guy who has the record.
Just saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you think Henry knocked out Allen from the MVP race?
No. I think Allen's still in it. Dude, there's still 11 regular season games left.
I know, Rich, but
and as you know, in my 4th down, the Bills are only going to lose 1 game the rest of the day.
So
rest
this
of
was
the whole
it?
season.
Oh, don't worry. We're going to bring that up later.
Yeah, somebody pointed that out to us.
It's all good. The Chiefs and Bills both have already lost 1. It's okay.
See, Robert, he just Papa-doc'd himself from 8 Mile, so now we can't use it.
I'm inoculating myself based on what you guys are trying to cook up behind my back. It's all good.
Hey, I got nothing
and
to do with
plus,
this.
Anybody who hangs with me on a Thursday night knows I am the king of winning with a chip and a chair. The king. I've got a chip and a chair. 11 games left. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.